Have you ever suddenly woken up in the middle of the night? And somehow it always seems to happen at nearly the same time. You glance at the clock and think, there it is again. Could there be a reason for this? A quiet sense of uneasiness passes through your mind, but without any clear answer, you gently close your eyes and tell yourself, it's probably just because I'm getting older. I'm simply tired. Maybe that's how you've explained it away for years. But just for today, I'd like you to let go of that assumption. Waking up in the middle of the night may not be a coincidence at all. Your soul could be trying to tell you something. Today, I'd like us to explore that message together. So please stay with me until the very end. Sleep is a time when the soul returns home. The true meaning of sleep. First, let me share what sleep may really be. What do you think happens while you are asleep? If you believe you are only resting your body, there may be more to the story. In many spiritual traditions, sleep is seen as a time when the soul steps away from the physical body and returns to a higher place. As we move through life, the soul gradually spends its energy, joy and sorrow, the strain of relationships, the words we never said, the emotions we kept inside night after night. All of these slowly drain the soul's strength. So when you fall asleep, the soul returns to the spiritual realm. There it restores the energy it has lost before returning to you once again. Do you remember that refreshed, peaceful feeling after a truly deep sleep? That may be a sign that your soul has returned fully renewed. But sometimes, while the soul is making that journey, it receives an important energy from the universe, or perhaps a higher presence is trying to communicate something meaningful. When that happens, your body may respond to the shift in energy and suddenly wake up. That may be one reason behind waking in the middle of the night. Of course, there are also physical reasons for waking up. Stress can affect the nervous system and make sleep lighter. As we grow older, it is also common to wake up to use the bathroom during the night. It is important to pay attention to those signals from the body as well. But there are moments that seem harder to explain through physical causes alone, especially when you find yourself waking up at the exact same time night after night. When that happens, the meaning may exist on an entirely different level. Why do you keep waking up at the same time? Before we begin, if you care about maintaining your health, staying flexible and living peacefully in your later years, please consider subscribing to the channel. Here, you'll gradually discover small but important things that can help your body feel healthier every day. Things you may have never noticed before. Thank you so much. Now let's get started. Why do you keep waking up at the same time every night? Time may feel like something people invented, but where did that idea truly begin? Long before clocks were on our walls or phones were beside our beds, people watched the movement of the sun, the phases of the moon, and the quiet rhythm of the sky. In that way, human beings learned to turn the rhythm of the universe into what we now call time. That is why time carries more than numbers. It carries a rhythm. And the soul, in a spiritual sense, is also a form of energy. If your soul is energy, then it naturally responds to the deeper rhythm around it. So when a certain rhythm returns in the night, your soul may respond to it. Your body may wake up, almost like a radio catching a signal only when the frequency is just right. Waking up at the same time night after night may mean there is a message you have not yet received. Until you notice it, your soul may keep responding to that same hour. So now, let's gently uncover the message hidden in each time of night. The message hidden in the time you wake up. In spiritual teaching, the hours from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. are often seen as a very important window. This is the time when the connection between the soul and the universe is believed to grow especially strong. So now let's gently look at the message carried by each hour one by one. If you wake up at 1 a.m., and this keeps happening again and again, It may mean you carry a beautiful gift within you. In the spiritual world, this hour is sometimes called the time of the lightworker awakening. A lightworker is a soul born with a quiet purpose to shine light on others, to comfort them, to heal them, and to guide them through dark places. So when you wake up at 1 a.m., it may be a sign that the purpose sleeping inside you is beginning to open its eyes. Perhaps some of you have even woken up at 1:11 a.m. That is not always just a coincidence. When the number 1 appears 3 times, it is often called an angel number. It is said to mean that your thoughts are beginning to shape your reality. When your heart responds to such a meaningful time, your thoughts may already be moving toward the life they are meant to create. So please hold something positive in your heart. What you carry inside may slowly become the world you live in. If you wake up at 2 a.m. and it happens again and again, it may be a sign that someone who once loved you or a guardian angel is drawing close to you. This hour is often seen as a time when the space between this world and the world beyond becomes thin, and spiritual presence can feel nearer to us. So if you often wake up at 2 a.m., there is no need to be afraid. A presence that cares deeply for you may be quietly standing beside you as if saying, "It's all right. I am watching over you. You are not alone." Try to receive it as a gentle and grateful message. And please take a moment to look back. In the busyness of everyday life, have you forgotten to remember the people who loved you and have already passed on? Have you spent less time sitting quietly with a family photo or offering a small prayer of thanks? Especially if you often wake up at 2:22 a.m. This may be a strong message from your guardian angel. The angel number 2, repeated 3 times, is often seen as a sign that your efforts are not mistaken, and that something beautiful may be closer than you think. In other words, the path you are walking right now may be the right one. If you wake up at 3 a.m., this is where the message becomes especially important. So please listen closely. In the spiritual world, 3 a.m. is sometimes called the witching hour, but the deeper meaning may be the opposite of fear. This hour is also known as the spiritual hour, a time when the energy of the universe is believed to reach one of its strongest points. If you keep waking up at 3 a.m., it may be a sign that something significant is about to shift in your life. Your soul may be preparing for that change, filling itself with energy, and your body may be sensitive enough to respond by waking. It is time to move. There is still more you can do. A higher presence may be gently pushing you forward with that message. There is no need to be afraid. This may simply be a sign that your life is getting ready to move again. And if you often wake up at 3:33 a.m., it may feel as if the universe has placed a special spotlight of light upon you. The angel number 3, repeated 3 times, is often seen as a sign that higher guidance is standing beside you and supporting you with all its strength. It may be proof that your wish has already begun to move. So please trust that current and step forward without fear. Turn the voice of your soul into your own strength. Now let me talk about what you can actually do when you wake up in the middle of the night. There is nothing difficult here. These are simple things you can begin doing tonight. First, honor the first whisper of your soul the moment you wake up. When your eyes open, do you ever notice something suddenly coming to mind? Maybe your heart feels unsettled. Maybe you see someone's face, hear a fragment of words, or feel an emotion you cannot explain. Please do not dismiss it as just a dream. Spiritual messages are not always something you understand with your head. Often they appear in the very moment you feel them. Your intuition works in the same way. What rises in your mind when you wake during the night may be a message from your guardian angel, a spiritual guide, or someone you loved who has passed on. Even if you do not understand why it appeared, please treat that unknown feeling with care. Whether it is in the middle of the night or the next morning, write down even one word about what you felt. If you keep doing that, there will surely come a moment when the scattered dots begin to connect. Second, take time to think about the meaning of the hour when you woke up. Please remember the meanings of the different times we talked about today. Then the next time you wake up in the middle of the night, look at the clock and gently ask yourself, does the message of this hour have anything to do with my life right now? If it is around 1 a.m., ask yourself, am I holding back a desire to do something kind for someone else? If it is around 2 a.m., ask, have I forgotten to remember the people who loved me and have passed on? If it is around 3 a.m., ask, is there something I have been afraid to begin? Knowledge is like a blade. If you only hold it, it remains heavy and does not change anything. Only when you use it does it become your strength. When you understand the meaning of each hour, your ability to receive the voice of your soul becomes much sharper. You do not need to make it complicated. Simply place the meaning beside your own life and see what quietly matches. Make gratitude for those who came before you a nightly ritual. Before you fall asleep, look toward a family photo, a quiet prayer corner, or simply close your eyes and say, thank you for watching over me today. This is not about religion. It is a practice of the soul. When you express gratitude with a clear and honest heart, your connection with your guardian angel and spiritual guidance becomes calmer, and your soul can return to a deeper place of rest. Many people who wake up in the night may simply have forgotten this small practice. And there is one more thing. Before you sleep, please say to yourself, you did well today. Praise the part of you that moved for someone else. Praise the part of you that held back words, endured quietly, and still made it through the day. Even if no one in the whole world recognizes it, please be the one person who stands on your own side. Try making these two practices part of your bedtime routine. When your soul can return home in a calmer and more balanced state, not only your morning wake-up, but your life itself may begin to change. Waking up in the middle of the night is not a bad omen. Please listen carefully. You do not have to do everything we talked about today perfectly. If even one thing made you think, that sounds like me, then that is enough. When you wake up in the night, it may be because your soul has not given up on your life. Even when your body is tired, your soul may still be trying to wake you because it loves you that deeply. But tell me, how gently have you treated that soul of yours? You can give everything you have for other people, yet somehow you keep putting yourself last. Please do not keep doing that. The next time you wake up in the middle of the night, say just one sentence in your heart. Thank you. I received the message. That one sentence becomes an act of loving yourself, and that is how the soul is polished. Waking up at night is not something to fear, and it is not a sign of bad luck. It may be proof that your soul is still working for you even while you sleep. So tonight, please rest with peace in your heart. Now it seems we have reached the end. To you who stayed with me until the very last moment, if you feel moved, please leave the word "thank you" in the comments. Not for me. Leave it as gratitude for the people around you and for God who allowed you to live through this day. And if this message touched your heart, please subscribe and give this video a like so you will be ready to receive the next story. I know we will meet again. Thank you so much for listening.